Hey guys, this is Comic Uno, and I am here with a Q&A. So I'm excited about this. I haven't done a Q&A since the Like Father Like Daughter Kickstarter, and I remember with the last Kickstarter or the last Q&A for the Kickstarter, I said I wanted to do monthly regular Q&As also because I really do like doing these. Just to talk to you guys and just kind of like shoot the breeze. It's a lot of fun. I really like these. But school got in the way, life gets in the way. So I wasn't able to do it when I wanted to. I wanted to do one in November. But now it's December and we're starting this. So I'm excited. And it seems like you guys enjoy it too. I love your guys' questions. And like I said, it seems like you guys enjoy it. So I'm excited. So this is a holiday Q&A. So it doesn't have to be holiday questions, but I thought it would be kind of a cool theme and just to like kind of name it that. And also it's kind of like the end of finals Q&A for me too, because I just finished finals Thursday actually, and then I went to go see Star Wars. So yeah. So the Q&A, you can ask me like comic book questions, movie, television stuff, YouTube stuff if you want. So I'll be doing that. So I guess usually to start off, just to try to get more people to join the show and ask questions in the live chat. So guys, if you haven't already, I usually wait like 2 minutes, but you guys can ask questions in the live chat. I'll answer as many as possible. I have some sparkling water, which the tag is starting to fall off, so I'm just going to take that off. So yeah, that usually helps because I talk a lot and there's no moderator. Usually for the like father like daughter stuff, Jay moderates because it helps because my mouth gets a bit dry, because you're talking for like an hour and a half straight. But I enjoy it. So I do have the bottle of water, and now the Poland Spring tag is off. But yeah, so like throughout, I'll talk about what's coming up on the channel and talk about that stuff too. Stuff coming up for this week. Doing a lot of stuff, getting ready for the holidays for the YouTube channel. Tomorrow is on Frontline Live, or on Frontline, Comic Frontline. We do have Frontline Live. It's just going to be me and Jay this week because, holidays. But we are going to have a regular show there, so look forward to that. Wednesday on Comic Frontline, we have our Star Wars show. Really excited about that. So if you want to hear my spoilers for that, you can go check out my videos, but also go check out the live show on Wednesday, 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Frontline Live is 9 o'clock or 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time usually, and between 9 and 10 usually for Frontline Live. And just today, Legends of Tomorrow, our last episode for season 0 just was posted. So you can go check that out too, which is on my Twitter. Like if you always want to see what I'm up to, check out my Twitter and Facebook. All right, so let's see. Yeah, here we go. We got some questions going on. So yeah, just keep them coming. I'm seeing that more people are coming in now. We have about 8 viewers, and for some reason my camera's like lagging. Usually it doesn't do that. So hopefully on your end it's not too bad. Yeah, been going on for 3 minutes. Okay, so we have Tevio said hello twice, and then Comic Book Fan 1992 said hey, and then also Comic Book Fan 1992 said, would you like to see Star-Lord and Kitty Pryde ongoing? Yeah, of course. I really like that miniseries. If it's the same creative team, I really like to see it. I feel like Star-Lord and Kitty Pryde, the couple in general, really shocked me because I remember when it was first announced, I was like, really? These two people have never met? Okay, sure. Let's see how this works. And I really liked it. I actually think their chemistry is really good. So I want to see more of them. And I think we're seeing more of them in Guardians. And it seems like Star-Lord, the actual series, is going in a different direction. I dropped it personally just because I wasn't feeling the arc. And also picking up a lot of all new, all different stuff, and you can't pick up everything. So I dropped Star-Lord after the first issue. But, if it looks like it gets a little bit better, I'll pick it up again. But for now, it's dropped. So hopefully that answers your question. All right. Going down, we have Tevia. He asks, how's my holiday break going? It kind of just started. I've been doing a lot of like podcast stuff, and today was kind of like a break. I was starting to watch Gilmore Girls because Jay is a big fan. I promised him I would watch it. So I've watched episode 1, and now I'm on episode like 3. So look, I actually like Yeah, I'm on episode 3. So I'm excited to binge some of that. I watched some movies. I saw Time Lapse with Daniel Panabaker. I saw that today, so that was cool. Um, I went to the movies to go see Carol. That was okay. I didn't like it that much. I understood like the theme of it. I thought was cool, but I felt the characters were a bit bland. So I saw Carol, wasn't impressed. Again, saw Star Wars, but you could go check out everything else. I'll be talking there more about again on Media Madness on Wednesday. I'll talk more about that. And those are some movies I saw. I want to see more too. There's a couple movies I want to see. I want to see The Danish Girl. That looks interesting, but it's not really like playing in a lot of places. I wanted to see Jobs. Like when that came out in October, I wanted to see it, but once again, was not playing in a lot of places. I wanted to see Good Dinosaur. Still haven't gotten to see that, but I haven't heard great reviews. I haven't seen Hunger Games yet either. That might be a wait for Blu-ray type movie. I didn't hear great things about it, or about the ending. And I know the last book is not great anyways. So those are some movies I really want to go see during my break. We'll find out if I end up seeing them. But I was glad I got to see Carol because that was on the list. Oh, and The Room. Room I want to really go see. Not The Room, not the bad one. The one that's actually supposed to be good. Room. So hopefully I go see that wherever it's playing. All right. And yeah, binge stuff. I'm hoping to binge stuff, write some stuff. I'm excited about that. That's something I try to do on my breaks. So that's kind of the plan. Tevye says, any opinion on Star Wars Force Awakens? Like I said, because he says extremely, he thought it was really good. So he was happy. Like I said, I'm going to be talking about Star Wars a bit more on Wednesday. Don't really want to spoil a lot of my thoughts on that or go too much into detail here. And also, you can go check out my review if you want to see my thoughts on that. Jeremy said, how's it going? Going pretty well. Other review dude, what's your favorite holiday tradition? I don't know. I guess my favorite holiday traditions that we don't wake up too early, wake up around like 10. That's kind of cool. I remember when I was younger, we used to wake up like 8 o'clock and get really excited to like open up presents and, go through the day. But now that we're older, it's like, yeah, I just want a couple more minutes to sleep. So yeah, and then the food is really cool. I enjoy that. So yeah, it's kind of the holiday traditions. Jeremy says, anything big on your wish list this year for Christmas? Something with Christmas, I always like being surprised. So, like, my parents will be like, oh, what do you want for Christmas? And I'm like, just surprise me. I like that the most. I got myself a podcasting mic, so I'm excited to use that. It's actually, like, right over there, but I'm not going to show it to you. So I'm excited to use that in the future. I like making my videos and the stuff I do, good quality. So that's going to be fun to use throughout the year. I actually used it on my my Modern Female Superhero documentary trailer. If you haven't checked that out yet, go check it out. So yeah, always like to be surprised. That's kind of on the list. Just surprise me and I'll be happy. All right. Vex Avigis, ever read Darth Bane? Was thinking of a movie with him would be neat. I've never read it. Tevye says, any opinion on Ultimate ending? Disappointing, and do you think bring back Miles' mother was a good idea or a horrible idea? Because in my opinion, I don't think Miles' mother's back was, and it ended. So I guess he means he didn't like that opinion. I just did a review on Ultimate End. You can go check that out. And also we'll probably talk about that on Frontline Live. I don't want to totally spoil my thing on that. And I did a video on it, so I don't want to spoil it. So go check out the Ultimate End review, which I think you did, so you probably know my opinion on it. Okay. ES Comics says, how's your comic collection doing? It's doing pretty well. It's getting bigger and bigger every week. It's actually around this time is when I like put all my comics for the year away. I usually like pile them up and put them in like backboards and sleeves throughout the year, but I don't put them in the boxes right away. So this is the time of year I say, hey, let's pull out all those long boxes and actually put them away. So that is how my comic book collection's going. I have like a huge amount of piles throughout the year because you guys know I read a lot of comics. I read like 20 books a week. So add that up, 52, 52 times 20 is a lot. So, yeah. The other review dude said, how's it coming with the print rewards for the Kickstarter? Short Fuse Media is still, in the process of doing all that, but hopefully soon. I think they sent it to the printer like a week or two ago, so I'm hoping I'll get the comics after the holidays so we could sign them and send it to you guys. I'm really excited about that process. I think it'll be after the holidays once we start doing all that fun jazz. Vex Avagis says, oh, and subscribe because of Tony from Black Critic Guy. Awesome. Black Critic Guy is one of my good YouTube friends, one of my good friends. So that's great. I love Tony. He's awesome. So if you guys are don't know who Tony Black Critic Guy is and you love anime or movies, go check him out. I am plugging his channel here. So go check out his videos. All right, next is Nathan Banks. What is your most anticipated movie of 2016? It's going to be a big year for comic book movies. I don't know. I don't. It was, like, I know Star Wars was 2015, and that was my most anticipated for a while. Now, there's so many big ones. I'm really excited for Deadpool, honestly. Like, I feel like that's going to be really good. Like, you're not even thinking about the big Civil War or Batman vs. Superman. I'm really excited about Deadpool. What other stuff am I excited about? I'm excited to see what Batman vs. Superman is all about. I don't know. I'm excitingly skeptical about that movie, and I'm definitely going to try seeing that on a Thursday. Of course, I'm excited for Civil War. I just hope it doesn't like follow the Marvel pattern. I hope they can give us something different with it. Give us some good surprises that I'm excited about. Yeah, so obviously, the big ones that everyone's talking about, that's what I'm excited about. But really, Deadpool. I think that's going to surprise a lot of us. And the trailer's coming out on Christmas, another trailer. So I'm going to try looking at that. DNGN4774 says, HG wasn't far off from the book. The ending was meh in both. HG as in, what are you standing that for? Hit Girl? Oh, Hunger Games. Sorry. Totally. Okay, so it wasn't far off from the book. The ending was meh in both. Yeah, that's what I heard. So, sorry, I totally blanked out on that. I'm thinking comic books. But yeah, Hunger Games, I heard, wasn't a great ending. So, as much as I love Jennifer Lawrence, I could wait until Blu-ray for that. And again, it was just like November was a busy month, so I wasn't able to like see any movies. So I guess it was okay skipping that in theaters and just seeing it. I remember part one I wasn't, fond of either. I really liked Catching Fire. I thought that was a good one. And of course, the original was really good too. Then it kind of just goes downhill. All right. Let's see. Nathan Banks says, have you ever seen the Incredible Hulk TV series starring Bill Bixby when it came out on TV? If so, what do you think about it? I've seen episodes of it like when I was smaller, but I didn't really have that much of an opinion on it. Honestly, like it wasn't one of those shows where I was like watched it again when I was older. I just remember being on TV and like seeing marathons of it and be like, eh. So I guess that's your answer. I was not too impressed with it. Boone Blumel says, what do you do as a hobby besides comics? I mean, I think comics is a big enough hobby. Yeah, writing, comics, TV, I really enjoy too. So TV and comics kind of go hand in hand for that. Jeremy says, I've been watching a lot of holiday episodes to get into the spirit, like Justice League, X-Men Evolution, and Hey Arnold so far. What are some of your favorites? Some of my favorite holiday episodes. There's so many. I liked Hey Arnold. Hey Arnold is a really, really good Christmas episode with Helga and her Spumoni boots. That's a really good episode. I think I've seen it recently too, because all the holiday stuff are going on like Teen Nick with the Splat channel. And like before I go to bed, I always like just watch that because it's It's an easy show to watch and to fall asleep to, or easy network to watch. I don't like watching dramas before I go to sleep, so I just like try to watch like some comedy, and usually the old '90s shows work. But anyways, going to it. Yeah, I've seen Hey Arnold recently. I love X-Men Evolution's Christmas episode. That's another one I really enjoy. The X-Men anime series, I haven't really seen that one in a while. I haven't seen that show in general in a while, but X-Men Evolution I tend to rewatch a lot because it's one of my favorites. Yeah, I mean, those are ones you mentioned. Like, if you mention another one, be like, yeah, that Christmas episode. So yeah, those are some. Mention some, and I'll say if I've seen them or if I enjoy them. The other review dude said, "Do you enjoy Christmas music?" Not really, honestly. Like, I enjoy the holidays. I like seeing the decoration, but not so much Christmas music. I mean, I could tolerate it, but I'm not like I gotta listen to Christmas music right now. Alan Mullen says, Mr. J, did you buy the whole series on DVD? So that's a question, Jeremy. Alan Mullen says, I got the Hey Arnold and Angry Beavers, LOL. So he has those DVDs. Tevye asks about Superman, Lois, and Clark. If I like that series? Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty good. I like that they're together, and it's kind of a cool, not alternate universe, it's like alternate characters living in the New 52 universe. So I think that's cool. I think the second issue kind of fell down from the first issue, but it's still an interesting series. Jeremy says, I also picked up the original Nick Doug on sale. Yeah, Doug is cool. I feel like, Doug, I can't, I like rewatching it, but I can't rewatch it over and over again. So, like, I was like, oh, I haven't seen this episode in a while, except the one where they make a band. I really like that episode. I could watch that over and over again. What is it? Hitting on the trash can, whatever that song is. Slamming on the trash can. If you've seen Doug, you know what I'm saying. But yeah, Doug, it's one of those shows where I'll see every once in a while. Hey Arnold is a show I could watch over and over again. All right, next is the other review dude. How do you think Jeff Ryder is spending the holidays? What about Casey? That's a cool question. I mean, Jeff is by himself, so that's definitely happening. He's not hanging out with anybody. He's pretty lonely, thinking about the family he could have had. So I think that's what Jeff is doing. Casey, I think, is spending the holidays with Stephanie. I think she's very close to Stephanie's family, and her mom would come over too, obviously. So I think they're spending Christmas dinner with them. God King says, favorite comic book movie of all time. Honestly, Spider-Man 2. Not Amazing Spider-Man 2, just Spider-Man 2. I know people are going to be like, why not the MCU stuff? I think it's a nostalgia thing for me. I watched Spider-Man 2 in theaters. I love that movie, and I could just keep rewatching it. So I feel like that's a movie I tend to rewatch more than the MCU movies. Although Iron Man comes in like a close second. I really do enjoy the first Iron Man movie a lot. Vex Avagis says, would you like the question in Flash or Arrow? Which question? So I guess, Arrow, sure. Oh, would I like a question? Arrow, both. Ask me. Jeremy says he's hooked on Shout Factory, which Shout Factory is like the DVD company that makes all the nostalgia stuff. Jeremy says Vic Sage would be a great addition to Arrow. The other review dude, are backers allowed to talk about or / review Like Father Like Daughter 2? Yes, definitely. I want you guys to talk about Like Father Like Daughter issue 2. If you read the issue, yes, I would love to see your review, please. And send it to me. That way I could read it. So, and I could hear your thoughts. So yes, you can. You could talk about it. You could ask me questions. So I would love that. Boom Blomel says the two Mockingjay films were the best of the films. I don't know. I disagree with that. I think the first two were better, in my opinion. Any opinion on, and this is Tevye, any opinion on Spider-Girl being in Web Warrior series? Because in my opinion, I'm so happy. Oh, and also Tevye, try to split up your opinion and the questions like I've said in the past. It's just easier so I could read the whole thing quickly. Yeah, I like Spider-Girl and Web Warriors. I think it's cool to see her somewhere, and I think they've done a pretty good job with May in the series. Um, GNGN 4774. Are there any new indie titles that you're excited about? There's a lot of indie titles that came out just kind of in this back half of the year that I really enjoyed. Paper Girls being one of them. I really liked Violent issue 1 that came out a couple of weeks ago. I thought that was really well done. Black Magic I thought was really well done. I've been enjoying The Beauty. I think that's a good series. I think the first issue is still like the best out of that series. I don't think it's lived up to its first issue yet, but I like that series. We Can Never Go Home was a cool mini series. Yeah, the list goes on. There's a lot of cool new indie titles that I've been enjoying. Oh, also Switch, which is based on the Witchblade universe, I think is pretty cool. There's a lot of new titles that I've indie titles. Oh, Hawk from Image is another really good one. I mean, again, the list keeps going on. I'll keep talking about all these awesome indie series that recently have come out, which is great. Comic Book Fan 1992. What are your thoughts on Spectacular Spider-Man cartoon? He thought it was good, but to me, the way it felt, it needed more seasons. Well, the reason that it got canceled, so they couldn't do more seasons, but I'm sure, because Greg Weisman worked on that show, I'm sure they would have wanted more seasons, and that was a big thing. But I liked it. I thought it was good. I enjoyed it. I still like the 90s cartoon a bit more, but the animation took me a while to get used to, but I think the stories are good. The other review do so. Hello, it's me. I've been wondering how you feel about Hello by Adele. That's an awesome question. I remember when it came out, because I've been listening to Adele's new album a lot. I really like it. But yeah, I like the song a lot. I think I've grown a little tired of it, so I haven't listened to it in like maybe like 2 weeks or so. But I think it's a good song, and it deserves the recognition it's getting. And I think Adele deserves the recognition she's getting. She has a really great album, and I'm glad she's back at it. I know she had like surgery on like her vocal cords, so that's why she's been not in the music scene for a little while. So I think it's great that she's back and made this awesome record. And I know her tickets like for a concert that just it was like a week ago went on sale. Like it was like really hard to get tickets for that. So I think it's great to see how much success she's getting, and I think she's an awesome singer. So yeah, Hello is a good song, but I think I've overheard it. So I'm going to have to put a little pause button on that for a while and then go back to listening to Hello. I like her other songs too I've been listening to recently. Jeremy says, I love the band episode. Watched that yesterday. It's a good episode. The song is addicting. And we're talking about from Doug, the one I was talking about before. All right. Alan said, what was the best moment of the year for you, Kat? I can't, there's actually a cool moment coming soon that I can't say yet, but it'll like video wise is coming out soon. So when you see that, you'll see that's kind of a cool moment. So that's coming really soon. That's going to be a cool moment of the year. But I mean, like Father Like Daughter, just like putting out 2 issues of that's been such a cool moment. Like getting the Kickstarters backed, letting you guys read it has been really cool. Joining Legends Tomorrow podcast has been really awesome, meeting a lot of new people for that, becoming the comic editor for the Marvel Report, seeing both my channel and Comic Frontline grow. I mean, the list goes on. There's been so many great things that's happened to me this year, and I'm just like really thankful for it, humbly thankful. So yeah, a lot of great things has happened. All right, next is Jeremy says that I love that song, other review dudes. We were talking about Hello. If you guys like Hello, let us know in the comments. God King says that Spider-Man 2 was great. I think so too. And Jeremy said Dell's album is great. All right. Sorry, it's to read it all. I'm trying I don't like pausing, but Tevye says, question any opinion on the good news that we are going. I mean, that's never. I mean, so Tevye is asking the good news that the pre-New 52 is alive. It's not. The New 52 is still here, kind of. So I think it's cool that we're getting other pre-New 52 characters, but it doesn't mean it's slowly happening. So I mean, it's cool that we're getting that, but it's not that the pre-New 2 is replacing everything. That's not really happening, or at least not right now. So I mean, I think it's cool that we're getting characters like Parallax. There's no characters that I love though that are coming back besides I guess some of the Titan characters and Lois and Clark, but I don't care about Parallax as much. So, but it's cool. It's cool to see some more pre-New 52 characters showing up. All right, Boom Blumel says, "Do you think Smallville is better than Arrow?" I personally, I mean, I think they're both shows are very different. I like both shows the same in a weird way, and I think Smallville has more seasons. So if you go to Smallville season 4, I think Arrow's first 4 seasons are better than Smallville's first 4 seasons. So I think that can answer a question. But then Smallville, in my opinion, got really good like season 5, season 6, and season 7. 8 could have been better. And then 9, 10 were okay. But I think season 5, 6, and 7 were really strong seasons for Smallville. And Arrow's not even up to that point yet. So it's kind of a harder question because Smallville has more seasons than Arrow. But if I had to say Smallville's first 4 seasons or Arrow's first 4 seasons, I think Arrow did a bit better with that. But then Smallville just did the high school seasons then. So all right. Durrell Reed says, I know I am, but I just got Marvel Civil War. Comic Book Fan says his favorite is Iron Man 1. Tevye says his favorite is Spider-Man 2. The other review dude said, how long did it take you to get all those posters in the background of your main setup? It didn't take too long because I keep replacing photos or posters. It took I don't know, such a long time ago when I set it all up. It's been a couple of years. I don't remember how long it took, but like when I replace a poster, it takes like 5 minutes to replace it. You want to be careful though that you don't want to rip the other posters. But then like the one that like gets ripped down, I usually just throw out because it's old now. So it's kind of cool to replace some of the posters and keep others. So it keeps changing when I get cool posters. There might be a poster for Christmas I might be hanging up if it's small enough. So you'll see that. Darrell Reed, are you going to see Doctor Strange? I see every comic book movie, even if I'm not excited for it. I go see every single one. So, of course, I'm going to go see it. But I'm not really excited for it because I'm not a huge Doctor Strange fan by any means. So, I mean, I hope it's good. I hope I enjoy it. But it's one of those movies like, yeah, I'm going to go see it because it's a comic book film and I'm going to review it for you guys. And I want to see it in general as a fan, but I'm not really excited for it. So that's kind of my answer for that. Tevye says, question, any opinion on Invincible's newest issue? Again, I just posted one on Friday, of course. So go check out my review if you want my full opinion. Also, we'll be talking about the issue on Frontline Live on Tuesday at 9:30/10. The other review dude says, do you read The Wicked and Divine or Sex Criminals? Sex Criminals, I read, I think, the first issue, and I liked it, but just, like, dropped off. And I have the trade for, I think, like, the second volume. I still need to get the first volume for that. Or maybe I did get the first volume. I have the trade somewhere. I still got to catch up with a lot of other series before I read that. And then Wicked and Divine, I personally do not like Gillen's writing that much. So I kind of try to stay away from those type of series. So I've heard good things, but I know for me personally, I've read a lot of Gillen's series and just never could get into it. Besides Darth Vader, I think he's doing a good job on that. I've seen pages of it, though. It just doesn't seem like my thing. Jeremy says he reads Sex Criminals in trade. Boom Blumel, so what kind of music do you listen to primarily? I don't know. I feel like I listen to a lot of different. Really listen to like hip hop or rap, so that's something I don't listen to. I feel like I listen to a variety, like rock, What else do I listen to? Definitely rock, mostly. Yeah, you know what? You go to my favorites. That's literally all the songs I listen to. So go check that out. I just like add all the songs I like to there. So check out my favorites playlist. All right. Jeremy says, my favorite song on Adele's new album is When We Were Young. I really like that one. I remember when the YouTube video or like her official video came out, I listened to it and I put on my favorites right away. I really like that one. And I like Water Under the Bridge is the one I really like right now. So that's my favorite as of right now. So it was Hello first, then it was When We Were Young, and then it was Water Under the Bridge. So those are the three I really like from her new album. Tavia says, question, how is Like Father Like Daughter going? Because in my opinion, I love issue 2 and I can't wait for issue 3. It's going well. Like I said, issue 2 is at the printer now. Hopefully we'll be sending it out to Kickstarter backers in a few weeks. And then we're going to try, selling it to comic book stores and getting ready to set up issue 3. So it just got to spread the word. That's the best you guys could do if you want issue 3 quickly, is to spread the word to your friends and allow them to buy the issue and get excited about the series. The other review dude said, what drew you to Kitty Pryde? Yeah, Kitty Pryde was actually my favorite superhero for a really long time. And the way I was introduced to her was actually X-Men Evolution. I loved her in that show. And even though she's a bit different on the show, I think they show her best attributes. And then I started reading like Astonishing X-Men and a lot of the back issue stuff because I had Marvel Unlimited and I still have Marvel Unlimited. I read like Uncanny X-Men stuff. I read, her miniseries. And then I just like went down the line and read everything of Kitty Pryde. So I've read a lot of Kitty Pryde. I think the only thing I've not read fully at all is Excalibur. And I know she's heavily in it, but I was never interested in that series, but maybe one day. But yeah, I've read a lot of Kitty Pryde, but that's why X-Men Evolution was the reason. And then I just read her other stuff and really enjoyed the character. And obviously still do. Trying to scroll down. All right. Jeremy says, "Oh, Kat, I have a serious question." Knocks 3 times. Do you want to build a snowman? Of course I want to build a snowman. Always do. Tevia asks if I have any opinion on the Spider-Man 2099 series being awesome. Do I have opinion on it being awesome? I think it's a pretty good series. I won't say it's awesome. It's not like my favorite series out there, but it's a fun series to read. I think what I like the most about it is Captain America 2099 more than Miguel. I've never been a huge Miguel fan, but I think it's a pretty cool series. I think the artwork is a bit on the plain side, but I think it's kind of going in an interesting direction. Better than the last volume, in my opinion. Okay. Opinion, indie comic of 2015. And this is from Vishal Nand. I will say that we have our Frontline award show coming really soon. We're putting that together, and we do have a award for best indie comic of 2015. Now, this is the opinion of all frontliners, so we averaged kind of our votes together, and we had a very long process of doing that. So look forward to that award show, which is going to be skits. I have skits planned, and there's some really fun ones. So you'll find out that answer January, I think, 5th. We're trying to plan to post a video, so look forward to that. DNG4774 asks, if Legends Tomorrow bombs, what do you think DC's next move would be? I don't know. I think if it bombs, then they just won't do another spin-off and they'll just continue with Flash and Arrow and Supergirl. And it would be kind of sad because they won't be able to expand the DC universe as much as they wanted to. And for me, it'll be sad because I'm on the podcast for Legends Tomorrow, so I do not want the show to bomb. But I don't think it will. I think it looks really cool. So crossing my fingers, it does well. Another review dude says, so what are you saying is you don't whip or Nene. Nope. I had to laugh when I read that. Yeah, so guys, keep going with the questions. Almost I think we have like 4 more right now. See how much time we had. In a half an hour. Yeah, so keep coming with those questions. Jeremy says Tori Kelly actually did a dope cover to Nene and never thought the words dope and Nene would exist in the same sentence. I'll have to check that out. I know that Jeremy's a big fan of Tori Kelly. Was she from American Idol or one of those shows, I think? I didn't watch her. I just know from probably like just looking up who she is. I think she's from one of those talent shows. God King Mope. Is the experience of doing like Father Like Daughter everything you thought it would be? Yeah, it's been a crazy ride. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work on not just the writing part, but like the business side of everything. I've said that a lot. So yeah, it is everything I expect. But to build a fan base and get the word out there, it's a lot of work, but a lot of fun work. So yeah, it's been an awesome experience. So Tevi asks if I have any opinion on Tomb Raider. Like I've said in the past, me and Jay have said in the past, I don't play many video games aside like Call of Duty or Super Smash Bros. So I don't really have opinion on many video games. Jeremy says Excalibur was okay, but you're not missing anything except Kitty's development, her leadership skills. Yeah, I that's kind of what I figured. That's why I didn't really read it. I know Psylocke has a big part in Excalibur, but yeah, wasn't a big fan of reading that, so I never did. The other review dude said, during the nominations and award process, were there any chairs thrown? Comic Frontline seems like a very heated group. There were no chairs thrown. We're all we all have a lot of expression. Sorry, we all have a lot of expression for our comics, but we're all good friends, and with this type of thing, we definitely have our a way to do it. So we have a system to do it. We work really hard to tally everything up, and what we do is that before the nominations start, we come up with 5 nominations for all of us. So like best comic book of the year, let's say. We come up with 5, then we average it out, and we come up with the 5 that everyone of the average of the 5 that everyone picked. Then we go with voting, average that out. So it's very much an average of all our thoughts. But we're all kind of really happy with the winners. And there's some here and there. It's like, oh, I thought this should have won. I thought this should have won. But that's kind of the cool thing about the Frontline Awards is that it's the average of all our votes. So it really is the Frontline's thoughts, not just Kat's thoughts or Jay's thoughts. It's all of our thoughts on what we thought the best comic of the year was, So it's a fun process. And yeah, so we're really excited about it. And last year we did like a live show for it. And this year we're doing what we originally did for Dark Avenger Inc., which was a video. So we're going to do more skits. We're going to have a lot of fun with it. So we're really, really excited. And again, we've been working weeks already on it, and we still have a couple more weeks. We still have to work on it. So it's a big project for us, but it's literally something we really look forward to every year doing. And this year, I think we really got a cool thing going. So you also, if you haven't voted on the Frontline Blogspot, the Comic Frontline website, we have a poll of best moments on Frontline Live. So go check that out if you haven't. So you could pick out like what was your favorite, funniest moment on the show, and whoever wins, you get to win an award, and you get to see a cool skit. So look forward to that. And then Senior Nerd said, "Yo, lovely cat." Thanks. Jeremy says she did American Idol in like 2006. Been following your channel since then. Cool. I probably watched it back then, because I watched American Idol until maybe I was like 8th grade, I guess. Then high school I stopped watching, but it was a big thing in my house. I think in everyone's house it was a big thing for American Idol. But then it just like went totally downhill, and we all stopped watching. So I stopped watching at least. All right. I'm gonna skip the Ultimate Spider-Man question because I've answered that a lot, so I'm gonna skip that one. Comic Book Fan 1992 says Spider-Man 2099 was a great series, but I'm still waiting for Spider-Man 2099 to go back to his timeline. Yeah, I never read the past 2099 book, so I don't have a big opinion on that. Yeah, the other review dude said Tori Kelly was auditioned for American Idol, but she was eliminated. See, I knew she was on American Idol at least. God King Mope says, do you think you would end up doing so much business stuff? Also, the current trend of crowdfunding wasn't a thing. Do you think you would still be trying to go down your more traditional routes? I think we would have to go down more traditional routes if crowdfunding wasn't a thing. But I don't think we would be up to almost issue 3 if we didn't go the crowdfunding route. Yeah, I definitely didn't know I'd be doing so much of the business side, but it's great experience, and I like having my hands on that and really be a part of that experience, not just writing the book. I'm part of every experience of the book, so that's a lot of fun. And Short Fuse allows me to have a lot of power on my story, which is great. Not a lot of editors do that, but here, I really have a lot of say on the book. God King Mope says, working for a big publisher or perhaps just not doing the comic stuff at all. Yeah, I mean, hopefully one day I could work for a big publisher. That'd be kind of cool. But again, Short Fuse is awesome too, and it's cool to work for a small company also. All right. Jeremy said, I voted for Kat's Namor must die moment. I couldn't stop laughing. Kat was so full of rage that night. It was great. I just don't like Namor. I didn't know it would become a thing, but I'm not a Namor fan, as you guys know. If I could have voted, I would vote for that too. No, there's so many great moments on Frontline. But I'm glad people enjoyed that moment. So it was a lot of fun. So yeah, keep coming with the question, guys. Questions. I'm going to reload just in case. All right. Heavy has a question, opinion on Terry McGinnis Batman Beyond versus Spider-Man 2099. I don't, as you guys know, I'm not a huge Batman Beyond fan, so don't really have an opinion on that. And I'm not a huge Spider-Man 2099 fan, so don't have an opinion on that. So, I mean, I watched Batman Beyond when it was on TV when I was a kid, but I never went back to it because I just never was into the show that much. And 2099, I'm just like I read the last volume because after the slot run, I was like, all right, cool, let me read this. And just to pick up as many Spider-Man titles as I can, I read it and tried it out, and I kind of continued to read it. Didn't love the ending as it kind of went through, and it tied into a lot of other storylines. But like I said, this volume's pretty good. But I think it's more because I like Captain America 2099 than I do Miguel. I think that's why I've been sticking with the series. And I thought the first issue was really good. I thought the first issue of that series was really good. But yeah, I'm not a huge fan of either character. So just 2099 has a pretty good series right now. The other review dude said, let's say you got hired by Marvel or DC and could no longer make videos. What would be the last video you made? Probably, I don't know. I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, I guess I would have to be like a goodbye video, right? And be like, bye, and then having some heart-warmed video talking about my experience on YouTube. That'd probably be the last. But hopefully I would not have to make a last video. So I love YouTube. God King Mope said, thanks for answering. I'm a very similar position to you, actually, except my field's video games. Very cool. Yeah, thank you for asking the question. The other review dude said, chocolate or strawberry milk? I will say I'm not a big milk fan in general, but if I had to pick, I guess I'd pick chocolate. Definitely not regular milk. I could drink chocolate milk, but I don't like regular milk. All right, so DNGN says, who is your favorite or your least favorite sidekick in comics? My least favorite? That's hard. I mean, I don't have a hatred to any sidekicks. My least favorite. The only person I could think of is Aqualad. Not, I mean, I'm just not a big Aquaman fan, so I guess Aqualad. It's just because the only person I could think of right now. I think a long time ago I would have said Damien. A very long time ago. Like when he was first starting, I hated Damien. But then like he just kind of grew on you. And you're like, all right, I get why Damien's the way he is. But very like when I started reviewing comics, I really did not like Damien. All right. Fahad Jama Hama. What if they made Miss Marvel TV? What if they made a Miss Marvel TV show? That'd be cool. I hope I could like be part of the writing room for that. God King Mope didn't mean to focus all my questions on business stuff. No, it's awesome. Again, any type of questions like that, that's great. I love to answer them. If you guys have even more like father, like daughter questions, again, love answering those stuff too. So keep them coming. The other review dude says, I tend to forget when Frontline Live comes out. Sorry, what would be the #1 reason to watch Frontline Live? That is an awesome question. Well, Frontline Live, if you guys don't know, it's on every Tuesday night at pretty much 9:30 to 10. We try to start like 9:30, end up starting like 9:45, but 9:30 is usually the set time. So why you guys should watch? Number one reason to watch, honestly, is to hear all our different opinions. You know, we're not a group that says, yeah, I agree on that too. We all agree on everything, because that's not fun. You know, we definitely have our own opinions, and we also have a good chemistry. We're all really good friends. We've known each other for a very long time, and that's the fun thing. You know, making our jokes and having fun and talking about comics, talking about stuff we love. You know. So yeah, the different opinions and hearing like maybe someone's best pick of the week is their worst pick of the is another person's worst pick of the week, which has happened before. So it's a lot of fun, and we all respect each other's opinions, and we just have a lot of fun on that show. And like 3 hours, like we could have a show that goes on 3 hours. We've had multiple shows go on 3 hours, and we never notice it. We're like, oh my god, it's 3 hours already, because we just have so much fun talking and you know, talk about comics and comic book related stuff. So that's the reason you should watch if you guys don't watch. We have such a fun time. All right, Tevia says, any opinion on Wally West? The real Flash, oh, we could go back to that. May come back and the Superman crossover does well, because that would make me so happy. Well, Wally's already technically in the New 52, so I think they're going to stick with that Wally for a while. And Wally's technically not the real Flash. He's like the fourth Flash. The first Flash was Jay Garrick. And then you had Barry. I know Max Mercury is somewhere in the middle there. So Wally's far from the original Flash. So he was Flash for a while. He was Flash for a long time. But he's not the real Flash or the original Flash. But he was a Flash. But yeah, it'd be cool to see Wally back. But I'm interested, hopefully, for them to do this new Wally well. I'm gonna go back to another question, but Jeremy said, "Cat you should know my least favorite sidekick, Jubilee. Never liked her. Don't know if I ever will." Jubilee's a really good one. I know a lot of people grew to like Jubilee, but that's another one person I don't love as a sidekick. But I still got to go with Aqualad. I've never been able to get into his character that much. DNGN says, feelings on Bat Gordon. Do you want it to be over with, or is there something you'd like to see in the current issues explored? You know, when Bat Gordon was first announced, I was actually optimistic about it. I'm like, oh, it's cool that James Gordon's Batman, give Bruce a little break. And then they tended to do nothing with the character and focus on this Bloom story where I still don't know where it's going. So I've been disappointed with it. I feel like they haven't been able to explore things I felt like they should have with the character. They've lost opportunities with it. So yeah, there's things like, honestly, more Batgirl in Batman, or, you know, Bat Gordon, because I feel like that's the most interesting part. And I think this could have been the time where Barbara revealed she was Batgirl to Jim. There was definitely a good opportunity in Batgirl for that to happen. It never did. And I think there's a lot of close calls where it's getting a little bit too ridiculous now that Jim doesn't know or pretending not to know. Like when Gail Simone was writing Batgirl, they made it in a way where it's like, all right, I understand why he doesn't know. He doesn't want to know. But now it's getting too many close calls. He can't even pretend not to know at this point. So I hope before he ends his Bat Gordon run, we get to see some better Barbara and Jim Gordon moments as Batman. So yeah, it hasn't lived up to expectations, that's for sure. All right. Fahad says, people say that Batman is human and weak. I think they are wrong. As for me, what I think is not human is my perspective. What do you think? I mean, I think he's human. I definitely think Batman's human, but I don't think he's a weak, hero. I think he's strong in his own ways. He's definitely still human, though. Tevia's question: do you think Spider-Girl would cross over with your comic someday? Probably. I don't think Marvel would want me to do that, so probably not. I don't see that happening. It'd be cool if Marvel said, "Hey, Kat, I know you really like Spider-Girl. Let's make like father like daughter, crossover." But there's rights. You got to go through that. You got to go through legal stuff for that to happen. So I don't see Marvel doing that. But you never know, I guess. I would be happy to, write Spider-Girl in my universe if Marvel wanted me to. Or asked me to. The other review dude says, is your favorite season fall? And then there's Isa. Yeah, I don't get the reference, but my favorite season is not fall, it's summer. I don't like the cold or any cold. I like the heat, so it is summer. DNGN says, do you ever get generational or on a hero's identity? Can you so how Tevi feels about Wally? Can you rephrase the question? Like because I'm trying to see what the question is, so try rephrasing it. God King Mopey says, let's face it, Barry's the real Flash and Wally isn't really Kid Flash given how long Bart was a kid. Yeah, I mean, like, again, I'm not taking any away from Wally. Like, he was a good Flash, and he was Flash for a long time, but I don't call him the original Flash because he wasn't. He was Kid Flash for a long time, too. So, I mean, I call him a Flash. He was part of the Flash family. He was a Flash, but he's not the original Flash. I agree. I feel like Barry is, too. Like, even though Jake Garrick technically was Flash first, I always feel Barry's kind of the Flash. I mean, it's proven with the TV show. They didn't pick Jay Garrick to be the main lead or Wally to be the main lead. It was Barry. See, he is the Flash, I feel. Like if you think about the Flash or a non-reader of comics or non-fan of DC thinks of the Flash, are like, oh, Barry Allen, if they know enough about comics. But I think more people are going to think Barry than Wally or Jay or even Bart, who's not really Flash either. But Kid Flash. Impulse. All right. Let's see. Other review dude said, who do you prefer as leader of the X-Men? My pick is Logan. I mean, I don't think I love Logan as a leader. I would say Professor Xavier, go classic. Fahad, oh no, God King says, I like Storm as the X-Men leader. Fahad says, Nightwing versus Spider-Man. Who is better parkour? I guess Nightwing, because, I mean, Spider-Man has his abilities to do parkour, so I don't know if you count it technically as parkour. It's more of just, like, cures his powers. And Nightwing, like, actually has parkour. Tevi asking questions on Teen Titans getting a new writer. I don't think it's going to really change anything, honestly. I think it's more of an editorial problem with Teen Titans than a writing problem. Oh, just gotta. All right. Jeremy asks, thoughts on Bizarro confirmed for coming to Supergirl by one of the showrunners on Kevin Smith's podcast. We will talk about that on Tuesday's Frontline Live, so be sure to check that out. I do have that as part of the news, so don't want to spoil my thoughts. Jeremy says Cat twirls her cape. The cold always bothers me anyway. It does. It always bothered me. I'm the reverse of Elsa. I'd be in the sequel. They always make those like fan art of like a fire version Elsa. That'd be me. Tevia says Jay Garrick was the first Flash, Barry Allen was the second Flash, Wally was the third. So yes, he was not the original Flash. Donnie St. Pierre, I was interested in your ranking of the Star Wars films. I know you're a new fan. What order did you watch the films? Yes, so if you want to check out my ranking for the films, I just did a topic video on that. I watched it. Well, first I watched the third one a very long time ago. I watched Revenge of the Sith. Then I actually watched the order of the prequels to the last, the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and then the seventh. But technically I watched the third, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. So that's how I watch the movies. The other review dude said, I think DNG means is, do you ever get blinded by personal opinion when it comes to a hero you grew up with or have a strong connection to over anything new? I try not to. Like, I feel like we all kind of have our personal opinions and, you know, people, you know, heroes we like a lot, but I try to be open to new ideas. A good example is Batgirl. You know, the new Batgirl series is very different from what I've read with Barbara Gordon and what I liked with Gal Simone's run, but I try to be open with it and try to be completely honest with it. You know, there's issues I like and there's issues that I feel I don't like. But honestly, they're always over 3 stars most of the time. So yeah, I try to be as open as possible as a reviewer, and you know, also as a creator. You just want to, you know, see other people's creative stance on a hero and try to be open to it as much as possible. So as a reviewer, but of course, you still have your fandom, so you're still tied to that, you know. But you also just got to be very professional, and you do have to be open to other things, like, you know. James Gordon, when that was announced, it's not like, oh no, Bruce is not Batman anymore. You got to be open. Same thing for like Superior Spider-Man, and then you got to take the story, see what you like and what you dislike about it, and not say, oh no, Peter is not Spider-Man, so I got to hate it. You know, you just got to see what you like and dislike. All right. Oh, got to go up more. God King Mope, you know who I feel sorry for? Alan Scott. Barely anyone remembers him if we're talking about the original versions. I agree. No one does remember Alan Scott, which is sad. Except, I guess, comic fans. Tevia, question, any opinion on Kingsman Secret Service getting another sequel? Great. I mean, I love the movie. I saw it early, really early. I saw it in November. And I got to meet the director, actually, which was really cool. So, yeah. Let's see. DNG, you kind of addressed my question. Sorry. When a hero has multiple characters who carried the mantle, has it ever been hard on you as a fan to embrace the new guy? Oh yeah, so like I said, not really. You know, I think we're also used to in comics, you just kind of go with it and you see what you like and what you dislike. So like I said with James Gordon being a good example. Or even think about it. I mean, I know it's not a new guy, but like when Stephanie got replaced as Batgirl, she wasn't in the universe at all. Like, you know, I was upset with it, but then you just kind of go with the new stories and see what's going on. Then we got Stephanie back, so they're going to come back one day. You know they always do. The other review do. When do you usually put up Christmas decorations? I would say like beginning of December. Put up stuff. Jose, hopefully I can pronounce it right. Jose Piocanto says, why did you start this channel? Actually, fun story is, I tell the story every once in a while. When I was in sophomore year of high school, and I'm a senior in college now, so it was a long time ago. I was on the website Comic Vine, and Tony and Sarah, they used to do video reviews, and me and my friend Luke were like, oh, we want to do that. And, you know, YouTube was obviously a good platform to put the videos up, and we just posted on Comic Vine, like on the blog. And then, you know, my friend Luke, we're still very good friends. He's my best friend. He fell out of comics, and I said, I still want to do this thing. I really like it. So I called my channel Comic Uno instead of a Comic Duo, and I, you know, found out more about the YouTube community, and that was kind of the start of it all. Donnie says, interesting, at least he shoved the crap out first. All right. Exactly. That's what I was trying to think. Yeah, exactly. For Star Wars, that's what we're thinking about. Also, just kind of like go in order. I thought it made more sense. Jeremy, the prequels are like Nam for Star Wars fans. Fahad, what would you get hype if DC made Batman Beyond show about Bruce Wayne when he was old? What do you think? Like I said, I'm not a huge Batman Beyond fan, so probably I'll be like, oh, cool, and not watch it, but I'm not a super fan. Donnie says, is there one series you could have a full collection of, assuming you have the space, and without taking value into account, what would you pick? I would probably pick Amazing Spider-Man because there's a lot of issues there, so I'll probably go with Spider-Man. Amazing Spider-Man, the first volume. Not this one, because there's only like 4 issues. The original volume. God King Mopey. I still don't like Gordon as Batman, but I know it's totally irrational. Senior Nerd, any Media Madness plans for Force Awakens? Spoilers. Yes, this Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, we were talking all spoilers. Me and Jay we'll be talking about Force Awakens. Sorry, my back. Okay. Because look, you have to slump over to get the questions. Anyways. Question, any opinion on Earth 2 still getting blown the hell up? I mean, it's not getting blown up. They're in a new universe. So yeah, they're in that new universe. They're getting used to it in Earth 2 society. Jeremy, Kat, do you think the TV networks just hate us since they want to cram everything on Tuesdays nights next year, messing with our review schedule? LOL. Mimi and I were joking about this. Yes, I think that I talk about this all the time. Because as you guys know, I can't really review stuff on Tuesdays because of Frontline Live, and it's really the only day we could all do, so we can't move Frontline Live. So the shows, there's so many on Tuesday. We have I watch Flash, obviously, since it's 8 o'clock. It's early enough that we're able to set up at 9:30, and everyone come home from work or whatever they're doing. It's easier to start out at 9:30 anyways. So I watched Flash. I put up a quick review for that. So that's easy. I have Pretty Little Liars. I have Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. / Agent Carter. I have iZombie. Have Teen Wolf now. And Shannara Chronicles I'm watching. All on Tuesday. All. It's crazy. And also Shadowhunters. I know I'm going to try out for Jeremy and Mimi. And I've seen the movie. So there is so many television shows on Tuesday. Too many to count. And it's hard because, again, our reviewing schedules. The other review dude, if you were to cast Chris Pine or Leonardo DiCaprio in a Marvel or DC film, what would they be? Well, Chris Pine's already Steve Trevor in Wonder Woman. I think that's a cool pick. Leonardo DiCaprio would Dr. Doom, maybe. I think he'd play a cool Dr. Doom. He has the suave. That's my pick. Tevia. All right, we already talked about that, so I'm going to skip that question. About the Prenup 2, we definitely already talked about that, Tevia. God King, some of your fave people that do comic book videos. It's too hard. They're all, a lot of people that do comic book videos are my friends, and I work with them. So I can't be like, my all-time favorite is this, because everyone does some really great videos and has style of videos. But just name a few. Everyone on the weekly pool is awesome. Everyone on Frontline are awesome, and go check them out. So, yeah, it's hard. There's so many great YouTubers, or just comic book YouTubers on. And Comic Book Cast too. But kind of they're part of the weekly poll too. All right, Jeremy says DiCaprio plays a great scumbag. He would play a villain. I told you. I'm saying I think Dr. Doom. There might be someone better, but that's someone that's sticking out in my mind right now. All right. Jose says Gotham or Flash, and why? Flash. I hate Gotham. I've only seen the first episode. And I mean, people are going to be like, you only seen the first episode. How do you hate it? I did not like the pilot. It did not make me want to watch anymore. And I've seen commercials. I've seen other people's, talking about the show, and it still does not seem like a show for me. So I do not watch Gotham. So I definitely go with Flash on that. DNG says, do you think DC should give Cass and Stephanie their own series, Black Bat spoiler, or do you feel there are too many Bat books at this moment? Honestly, I never feel there's too many Bat books because I love Batman and his Bat family. So let's get a Stephanie and Black Bat series. I would love that. And I think Cassandra and Stephanie have such a fun friendship. It's one of my favorites. So I would really like to see, and even add Bluebird, add Harper Row. I think they've made her a pretty cool character and have good chemistry with those three. So honestly, also I think DC needs more female-led books. I think Marvel's really beating them with that, and I think DC needs to open up with their female-led books. All right, Tevye, I'm gonna skip your Amazing Spider-Man question because again, it's something that we talked about many times. All right. Jeremy says, if it was me, I'd go with either Spider-Man or Chris Claremont's X-Men run. I gotta go with Spider-Man. So many issues you can read. What if Marvel owned Batman and Superman? I don't know. And that's Fahad. I don't know what would happen. They'll be very different. Superman. I think I said Superman. If I said Spider-Man, sorry. The other review dude said, how much time would elapse for a spoiler to be talked about openly, like in Force Awakens, having Jar Jar be true Jedi? I don't know. Everyone should know Jar Jar's in the movie. Tevye says, any opinion on Seven Deadly Sins anime series? I've never heard of it. Jeremy says, God, don't bring us that movie, Cat. So much wasted potential. God King Mope said, just gave her a free pass to plug all her friends. LOL. I know, and I just did. Donnie St. Pierre. I'm sure this is a question you get a lot, but I have to ask. Civil War, Dawn of Justice. I don't even know. I feel like Civil War might be really similar to other Marvel movies, so I think Civil War is going to be the better movie. I think it's going to be the better crafted movie. I don't even know. But I'm more interested in Dawn of Justice because I just have no idea what they're going to bring to the table, if I'm going to like it or not. So I think I'm more – and also it's a movie we really haven't seen. So I think Dawn of Justice I'm more excited to see, but I think Civil War is going to be better. I hope you understand that. Tevye says, any opinion on Mark Millar's comics versus movies? Do you think the movies are far better than his comics? In a weird way, yeah. I think the Kick-Ass movies are better than the Kick-Ass comics. And same, well, Secret Service I haven't read totally, so I can't say anything about Secret Service, but I love the movie. So yeah, in a weird way, I think his movies are better. But I mean, he's written a lot more comics though than movies, or done movies, so I'm only really talking about Kick-Ass when I say that. Tevye, I'm going to skip some of the questions that we've answered before in Frontline Live a lot of times. Jose, what if Spider-Man teamed up with Deadpool? Would you watch it? Well, he is. Well, not movie-wise, but he has a comic coming out with Spider-Man and Deadpool. I'm going to buy it. I don't know how good it's going to be and why we need an ongoing series for it, but hopefully it's good. The other review dude, I imagine if Batman and Superman were Marvel's property, it'd be like Stan Lee imagines. Jeremy Gal to revive Birds of Prey. She kicked butt on Secret Service, which she totally read after you finished your original run. Yeah, I read the first issue of Secret Service, a new one. I couldn't get into it because of the art, but I heard it got better. And then for Birds of Prey, definitely, I would love to see Gal write Birds of Prey again. She did a wonderful run. It'd be kind of cool to see her New 52 version, like what she would do with this like fun Batgirl, or I guess that's what people are calling her, Burnside Batgirl. And I guess the difference in Rockstar Black Canary. Like I would like to see Gal Simone's opinion on that and like how she'd twist it in her own way. So I think that'd be cool. Sorry, putting on a blanket and my camera's shaking. All right. Other review dude. How important is the success of Deadpool for the future R-rated comic book movies? I think it's pretty important. I think they want to see if it makes money, because that's the important thing. A lot of kids can't go see it. So if is it going to really make its money back? So I think it's pretty important. All right. Next. Donnie St. Pierre. Of course Civil War would be better, but Dawn of Justice will be better. So which one will be better? Jose, what if Spider-Man and Deadpool teamed up in a movie? Would you watch it? Again, I see any comic book movies, so it's more the question, will I like it? I hope so. We haven't even seen Holland as Spider-Man yet, so I can't say. And we haven't really seen Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool. So we got to see them as their own characters before we could say, hey, would they be good teaming up? Tevia, question, any opinion on the legacy characters versus Marvel's strict stupid rule we can't have any legacy characters in Marvel Comics? Marvel's actually does have legacy characters, though. They have the Squadron Supreme, which I think are older Marvel characters. And then DC, they still have them, but they're not older right now. They still have them in Earth 2. So, no, but I see where you're coming from. I mean, I wish there was more of a legacy thing. But yeah, this is another topic we've talked a lot about, Tevia, on Frontline Live. Yeah, Jeremy said that would be an awesome buddy cop movie. It would be. But again, we have to know more about the single characters as a whole. God Came Mope, do you think Squirrel Girl is being pushed so hard by Marvel at the moment? Kind of. Like, I personally don't like Squirrel Girl that much, or at least, yeah, her character that much either. I don't really like the series, but I think it's being pushed because it's doing well, you know? So a lot of people are liking it. So whenever Marvel says, oh my God, we're making money with this, we got pushed them like forever. It's like Gwenpool. Why do we need a Gwenpool? No one really knows. But she's there. Because Spider-Gwen's doing good. So yeah, I personally don't like the character that much. I know it's doing well. Like, people like the series. Oh, the other review dude said favorite Italian meal. I'm Italian, so that's a really hard question. Ah, man. Penne with vodka sauce is pretty good. I like lasagna, raviolis. The list. I don't know. Those are, I guess, the three. I could keep going on all day, though. I love baked clams. I don't know if that... Yeah, I guess you could consider that Italian dish, too. Jeremy says that Dibney is back in Secret Six. I heard. I want to read those issues when I have the chance. Because as you guys know, I am a fan of the Identity Crisis arc, which not a lot of people are, but I am. And I like Sue a lot in... even though she wasn't in the book, I liked... I got to read more Sue after that, so I like Sue. She's cool. I know she's very different in New 52 now. Fahad says, who's stronger, Batman or Captain America? I say Batman, no doubt. I think Captain America is stronger. I think Batman is, combat-wise, is stronger. But I think Captain America, obviously physically, is stronger. Senior Nerd, Batman vs. Superman is going to be 151 minutes long. Too long or good amount of time? I think it's too long. But you never know if you really like the movie. And there's a lot of things that are supposed to happen, so maybe they need that time. All right. Jeremy says, actually, they shown Bruce and Cap are at drawbacks in the 90s. Questions, any opinion on Spider-Man reboot being way better than being way better than the original Spider-Man movies combined? Hold on. Question, any opinion on the Spider-Man reboot being way better than both Spider-Man movies combined? We don't know anything about the Spider-Man reboot yet, so how can you know if it's going to be better or not? I mean, I do not like the Amazing Spider-Man movies, so I'm sure it will be, but we haven't seen those movies yet. At first, when I read that question, I was thinking, wait, the reboot as in, I was thinking Tobey Maguire's movies. I was like, no way, the Amazing Spider-Man movies are not better than that. But you're talking about the Holland's movie. I don't think we can say because we haven't seen the movie yet. So It could be bad too. Not saying I think it will be, but we haven't seen it. So we gotta wait until we actually see him in action. All right. The other review dude, how do you feel the comic book movie genre is moving past just a genre to avoid the crash of Western cowboy movies? I mean, I hope it, stays. It's here to stay. All right, Tevye, we also answered about the Invisible series. So that's a question I've answered in the past on Frontline Live a couple of times. God King Mope, I think the main Marvel Comics wants Squirrel Girl to take Deadpool's position for them so they can use her in a comic. I think so too. Or at least like a female version of Deadpool is now Gwenpool. But they're trying to play more of a comedy role. DNG says, which of the new Star Wars books is your favorite? Honestly, the actual Star Wars book, I would say, is my favorite so far. I'm just playing catch up now because I wasn't able to read them before. But yeah, the Darth Vader book's okay. Kanan was really good to start, but I feel like it's getting really repetitive now. So I would have said Kanan a long time ago, but I do think the regular Star Wars book is the best. And I really like the Leia miniseries is good. Shattered Empire kind of disappointed me. Other review dude, me and Mystical Green Beanie joke about this, but how excited would you be for I Factor, Inhumans version of X Factor? Not excited at all because I really don't like the Inhumans that much. So no I Factor. Aha, the new Spider-Man movie is based on the Ultimate Spider-Man, which is cool. Yeah, I like his haircut. I think that was cool. Jeremy says, speaking of food, I gotta go up. Speaking of food, I'm still holding you to your word about doing that wing challenge if I can make it down to New York Comic Con next year, since I'll be down with done with college and all that. Yes, Jeremy, you're coming. So our deal is that where I live, there's this place where they have like the hottest wings ever, and I've tried them before, and I love hot food. I love it, and I cannot eat these wings. I can eat the level before that, but I can't eat the hottest. So I'm telling Jeremy and Jay they have to come to New York Comic Con. Then we got to eat these wings, and I gotta see if they're able to eat it, and we're gonna film it. So hopefully next year we'll be able to do this. It's happening. Another review dude, do you think Ozzy Butterface cried himself to sleep after not getting the part of New Spider-Man? Definitely, but I'm glad they picked Holland. I think he has a good look to him for the role. Donnie, but Amazing Spider-Man 2 is the best because one of the coolest YouTubers was an extra. Aw, thanks. And even though I was an extra in the movie, I still hated the movie. Like, when I was doing it, I'm like, cool, this is going to be a cool movie. Watched it, so disappointed. I was happy I had the experience of being an extra, but it sucks that it wasn't a good movie. It is cool to be in, like, a superhero movie. All right. Question, any opinion on Ultimate Aunt May versus 616 Aunt May? My opinion is that I love Ultimate Aunt May. Way better than 616 Aunt May. I like Ultimate Aunt May too. I think she could do more just because like 616 Aunt May is like obviously older, so she's not really utilizing the plot that much. It's either like, oh, gotta help Aunt May. I think Ultimate Aunt May was more utilizing the plot than 616 Aunt May. Jeremy says, Cat was so easy to spot. The hair was a dead giveaway. That is right. God King Mope. I think they're getting around the crash of Westerns by making other kinds of movies with comic characters. I agree. Like, I'm glad that they're, like, mixing different genres. It's not just superhero films. Tevia, question, any opinion on the X-Men getting another pointless event? I mean, it's bound to happen. I do think they should take a break, but hopefully it's good. God King Mope, why won't Secret Wars already end? Honestly, it hurt me when I read issue 1, and it's hurting me for all the months it's been going on. So, yeah, I need Secret Wars to end also. The other review dude says, waffles or French toast? Waffles. Other review dude says, wait, you were extra. Yes, I was. Go check out my my video of my experience of being an extra on The Amazing Spider-Man 2. It is on YouTube. Ant-Man versus the Atom, Fahad. That is a good question. They both are very similar, so I think it would be a stalemate. It's like the question Hawkeye versus Green Arrow. Who would win? It's a hard question. Question, any opinion on Lobo New 52 versus Pre-New 2? I honestly never had an opinion on Lobo, never really care about the character, so I mean, from what I hear, the Pre-New 2 character is better, but I don't really care about either of them. God King Mope says cake or pie. Cake. I don't really like sweets that much, so I like blueberry pie. I guess I'd go with cake. I don't know. Depends on the type of cake. DGN. Do you have high expectations for Telltale's upcoming Batman game? Not really. I've honestly haven't played the Batman game since Arkham City, so I don't have a big opinion on it. There's no time to play. Donnie St. Pierre, I gotta get going. Thanks for answering my questions and all that jazz. Thank you. Thank you for asking all the questions and all that jazz. Tevia, opinion on Civil War II. Not really. Don't have a big opinion on it. Yeah, it's an event happening, and hopefully it's good. Sorry. Okay. I completely forgot about that. The Great Southern Trendkill. Hi, Kat. How do you feel about a lot of big name writers leaving Marvel? Who's leaving Marvel? Name a few, and I'll let you know. Other review to you. Cat or dogs? Dogs, definitely. All right. The other review dude says, I mean, you always seem like a cat person. Ah, nice pun there. I am a dog person, actually. Even though my name's Cat, I am a dog person. Seems like we're getting a lot more viewers, so very cool. Let me see how much time we've been going on. All right, I got like maybe 20 more minutes. All right. All right. Sorry, reading some troll comments in there. All right. Anyways, trying to. All right. Nansende Abru says, been debating this for quite a while, and I would love your opinion. Is Rey a Mary Sue? I've heard this question because of the whole debates. I don't think so. I don't think she's a Mary Sue at all, and I don't agree with people that are saying she is, because she has the same powers as Luke, and no one ever called him a Mary Sue, you know. And if you guys don't know what Mary Sue is, Mary Sue means when a character is too overpowerful, and I don't think Rey's overpowerful at all. She doesn't even like have. I mean, of course she's. In the movie, she has she learns about her force powers. She's starting to learn about them, but even in the fight, she didn't really know how to do combat yet. So I don't think she's overpowerful at all. In my opinion, I think she just has the powers of the force, and that's it. And I think she has a lot of complexities, and I think Mary Sue's also are characters that don't have a lot of complexity, and that's it. And I think Rey is a character with a lot of complexity. So I disagree with that. I know it's something that's been passed along, and I guess it's an interesting debate, but all right. Tevia asks, what's my prediction of the Mary Jane role in Invincible Iron Man? I hope it's good. I hope she's like, I don't know if I want to see her in the action or not, but it'd be kind of cool to see what she does in Stark Industries. And I don't think she'll be a love interest. I hope not, but I'm interested to see her just more in a role in general, doing something for herself as a character, where I feel like in recent years, Mary Jane really just hasn't had the spotlight on her, unfortunately. All right. Jeremy said that was a great pun. I agree. All right. The Great Southern Trendkill says these are the writers leaving. Hickman, I didn't know Hickman was leaving. I'm not a big Hickman fan anyways, so at least a fan of his writing, so I'm fine with that. It's a shame that Matt Fraction and Kelly DeConnick aren't doing a series right now, but I know they're working more on their indie titles, which is great. And then Brubaker, haven't read too much from him, and Remender, I think, is doing great with his indies, so. All right. So other review dude, how did you first find out about Mayday Parker? I found out about May actually and went on years and years ago. I went on a trip to Universal Orlando, and I went to the comic book store that they have there in the Marvel place, and I saw her. Well, actually, no, it goes back even more. Sorry. So before I went to Universal, I went to the comic book store, and I was looking at back issues, and I saw that Spider Girl, I saw the Spider Girl comic. I was like, what is this? So I picked up a couple of issues. It was Amazing Spider Girl. So I picked up a couple issues. I read it on the plane. I was like, oh, it's kind of cool. I liked it. And then I saw her, it was like Destiny. I saw her at the comic book shop that they had a trade of the Amazing Spider Girl. So I read it. I loved it. And then after that, I just went to comic book stores, looked at as many back issues as I could, and read the whole series, and just, fell in love with the character, as you guys know. So that's the story. Okay. All right. Sorry, trying to get through some questions. All right. All right, let's see. This is why I need a moderator, just to look through all the questions. It says, do you think Dan Slott will ever leave Amazing Spider-Man? I'm sure one day he will. I don't think he'll be on Spider-Man forever, but I hope he ends his run well whenever he does decide to leave. I am laughing some of the stuff. God King Mopey, one of the things he said I did laugh at. DNGN, do you think Abrams went too secretive on episode 7? Not at all. I really love the approach they took on Star Wars. I like that they were secretive. The one thing I guess I don't like is that after the movie, you feel like you can't talk about it because, how many people haven't seen it, especially like me as someone on YouTube is like, I want to talk about it, but you have to be like, tiptoey about it. Even like sharing stuff, obviously you can't really share stuff yet because you don't know how many people have seen the movie. So, but that's a good thing. You don't want to ruin anyone's experience, and I've been trying to be as least spoilery as possible, and that's why I'm waiting to really talk about the Star Wars movie for Wednesday's live show. And me and Jay even we could have done the show on Saturday, but we thought it was too soon. And we're like, you know what? Let's give everyone about a week. It's a little less than a week, but let's give everyone a week, and then we'll do the show. So we've been really trying to respect everyone's movie-going experience with that. And I'm glad J.J. Abrams did too. I'm very happy with the secretiveness of the movie. So I think they gave us enough information for it. In my opinion, I didn't think they were too secretive. All right. Jeremy says, that's what I said. Luke did almost the exact same things. He started out as a farm boy. Exactly. So I don't, just because she's a female character, people are calling her a Mary Sue. I don't think so. Tim Marson says, she seemed to acquire force powers way easily. It took Luke 2 movies to grab a saber with the force. I see where you're coming from there. I don't know. I didn't think it was too quick. It was a long journey for her to learn the force then. And I think she was in, times in the movies where she had to learn, she was in moments where there's so much tension that's how she kind of learned about the force. And then Maz, said, oh, well, you have the force. So she knew about the force. And she was in a lot of moments where she had a lot of tension. Tevia says, question about Mary Jane. All right, I'm not going to answer that. No, God King Mopey said the stream doesn't feel safe now, given I haven't watched episode 7 yet. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying not to spoil anything. So sorry, I will not spoil anything. I'll try to, because again, as reading the comments, I'm just reading it, and it's a little harder while you're doing the stream because you gotta talk. So I will try to avoid spoilers. So I'm sorry about that. Okay, so yeah, anything about The Force Awakens, try to save those questions for Wednesday. So the other review dude said, quick, you can only save one character from being erased from history. Do you save Mayday or Kitty? Probably Mayday. I'm sad, but Mayday, I want to save both, but I'll probably save Mayday. She has already gotten so much bad luck. Or Casey. You're adding Casey now? I mean, I gotta save my character. I'm gonna save Casey. All right. Sorry, I try to move up. Oh. All right, Tevia says, who would you save the Ultimate Universe besides Miles's mom? I mean, it looks like everyone's saved, so you mean back? I don't know. Jeremy said he read Spider-Girl for the first time at a book fair in 2nd grade. The rest is history. You actually read Spider-Girl before me. I read it in, I think, like 7th grade. God King Mope says, I'd mod for you, but I literally spoke to you once before this. Usually I would have Jay moderate, but it's his birthday, so happy birthday, Jay. Wish Jay a happy birthday in the comments. Tevia says, I read Spider-Girl through a trade at the library. I was instantly hooked on her character. All right. Going down. Oh, and Tevia said he read the character way back in 2012. 2013. That's like 3 years ago, so it's not too far away. But it does definitely feel like a lot of time. Jeremy says Kat was actually the first person I have ever heard of that was actually reading Spider-Girl, and that's where our friendship started. It did. I've known Jeremy for a lot of years. The other review dude, do you have a video on where I should start reading Mayday for the first time? I've seen her outside of the channel. This channel is the Spider-Verse event. I would say go. Well, first of all, you could check out my Mayday journey videos on Comic Frontline, where I review every issue of Spider-Girl. I'm up to Amazing Spider-Girl issue 3. Hopefully, I'll have up tomorrow. I'm hoping. But yeah, I've reviewed all 100 issues of their original series, so you go check that out. But I honestly, if you like modern comics more, I would start with Amazing Spider-Girl, the series. That's about 30 issues. And then you can go back to just a regular Spider-Girl series, which is 100 issues. And then in order, if you want to read in order, go read Amazing Spider-Girl and Spectacular Spider-Girl. And then the Spider-Verse stuff. And let me know if you read it. I want to hear your opinions. DNG says, gonna head out. I'll sub on your Twitter and YouTube accounts. Thank you. I'm glad that you're able to find the channel this way. All right. All right. Tevia says, question, any opinion on Star Killer, aka Galenmarek from Force Unleashed? No, like I said, I think that's a game. I've never played it. The other review dude says, so you're saying the best way to talk to you about the stuff in Star Wars Episode 7 is to head to a live stream on Wednesday. Yes! Shameless plug, but yes. All right, going down. Thoughts on Robin War so far? I think it's okay. I like the first issue of Robin War. But I don't like the idea that so many people are taking the Robin identity. I think it kind of takes away from the legacy. And as more as I read Robin Wars, the more I don't like We Are Robin. I just don't like the concept of it. Before when it was announced, I didn't have a problem with it. But after seeing that page of like millions of people as Robin in that like sewage, I was like, all right, this is getting a little bit out of hand. Like I understand the concept of it, and I think it is celebrating Grayson very well, but I don't love the idea of how many people are Robin. I still don't really like any of the We Are Robin characters yet. All right, so we have about like 15 more minutes. God King Mopey said, I mod over at NerdSing normally. It's pretty fun. Yeah, I definitely moderating the comments is easier because I mean I love going through them, but just to try to get all the questions and try to answer as many as possible. Ooh, okay. Nanda Sada, sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. Tazadi. Do you plan on watching Agent Carter season 2 next month? What are your wishes to happen? Definitely. I won't be reviewing it. Maybe I'll probably review the first episode, but I won't review it episode by episode just because it's during the live show. So like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I normally can't review it, but I'll definitely be watching it. It'll be like iZombie where I watch it every week, but it's probably the next day. And I'm excited about the Hollywood stuff. I'm excited about Madame Mask. Yeah, and hopefully I would like to see Angie, the friend. I hope she could like pop up somehow. I don't think she is, but I hope she can. On. I'm guessing Tevi is asking. Any opinions on Superman American Alien? I really like it. I think it's a good series. Senior Nerd, better Star Wars droid, R2D2 or BB-8? I think BB-8's cuter, but R2D2 is the classic. Chopper is superior to both. God King Mope. That's the one from Rebels, I think. Tevia, question, any opinions on Kraven the Last Hunt storyline as a whole? Do you think the Marvel Studios would ever do it as a whole? I mean, maybe one day, you never know. I think it's a good arc. Great Southern Treadmill, or Trendmill, Trendkill. Don't know why I called your name Treadmill. Trendkill. How's Dark Side War held up for you so far? I think it's a bit too long, but I like the story. I hate that it's not connecting to anything, but I liked it for what it is. I like the art. I really like the one-shots. Those were good. Jeremy, so Kat, I know you have a Funko Pop figure edition too. Are there any that you really want to get my friend works at Toys R Us, and he's getting me Finn and Poe for Christmas? I want some more Star Wars ones. I only have Rey. Maybe like BB-8 would be kind of cool. I would like Poe, Finn, Kylo Ren. Tevia says, Dark Side War versus Secret Wars. Which event do you want to end the most? Because in my opinion, Secret Wars and Dark Side War, I think they both should end now. Secret Wars, I think more because it is attaching to the Marvel Universe, so it should have ended a while ago. And Dark Side War is more of its own thing. The other busy with school that I haven't read comics since October. I've just stockpiled all comics from then till now. What is the biggest thing I should know in the Marvel Universe? You should know that Secret Wars is technically over, but it's not. I think that's the biggest thing. Yeah, honestly, there's not any big things just because every series is its own thing. So you would have to ask which character you want to know about. The other review dude, would you be excited if Etta Candy was in the new Wonder Woman movies? Not really. Don't have a big opinion on that. God King Mope, I think Robin is about to Dark Knight Returns Batgang-like, and I didn't like that either. Yeah, I don't really like the concept anymore, and I dropped it a while ago. All right. Seems like, because Tevia asked some questions we've already answered about Star Wars, but it seems like we're getting towards the end. So guys, ask your last minute questions, and then we're going to start wrapping up the Q&A. So I'm going to say thank you guys for joining as we get towards the end of this. It was a lot of fun. a lot of talking, and hopefully, and my water's near a plant. Anyways, hopefully I could do this again soon. I have a lot of fun doing this, and I'm glad I was able to do this today before the holidays. Maybe I'll do one after the holidays. I don't know. I definitely want to do one for January. Like I said, the plan was to do one monthly. I'm going to still try to stick to that plan. Never make promises, but I'm going to try sticking to it. So that's kind of idea there. So things coming up, like I said, Tuesday, tomorrow, Frontline Live. Watch that. Wednesday, we have our Star Wars Force Awakens Media Madness. Go check that out. 10 o'clock on Comic Frontline. Go check out the Legends of Tomorrow podcast. Just came out today, the last episode of season 0. Go check that out. Also, comic book review wise, I will not have my reviews obviously on Friday. I will have them on Saturday. I'll have them on Saturday. Just thought of something, but yes, I'll have them on Saturday. Hopefully I'll figure it out. They'll be on Saturday. A little late. So yeah, that's kind of the plan. So that's everything going on. So let's see. We have a couple more questions before we go. Jose says, make more of these. I think you're talking about the Q&As. Definitely going to try. I have a fun time doing them. The other review dude said, to narrow down my question, are the X-Men, really gone for good as everyone's feared? No, not at all. They're still there. They're still present. That was just an internet rumor. It has nothing. Marvel still has the X-Men. Don't worry. Tevia, question: any opinion on the Young Justice comics versus the anime series? I think the anime series is better, but I still really like the comic too. All right. Xavier says, what do you want for Christmas? Like I said, I like being surprised. Nick says, hey. How you doing, Nick? No, I'm sorry I can't pronounce your name. Nataze says, X-Men are on the brink of extinction again. Fantastic Four are taking a break. Thing and Shadowcat are now in the Guardians of the Galaxy. I mean, I think they're still, I mean, they're on the brink of extinction because they're Inhumans, but you know they'll figure that out. Great Southern Treadkill says, why don't you just call the story Secret War? LOL, thanks for answering and hope you have a Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. I should be calling it that now. It is Secret War. It's always been Secret War. Devia, question, do you think the X-Men, all right, so we already answered that. Nick Lenz, are you going to do a Christmas haul like last year? Yes, I will. I'm going to do a Christmas haul. I've been doing that for a couple of years now. I have a lot of fun doing it, so I'll definitely be doing a Christmas haul video. Yeah. It looks like this is the last question. Other review dude, what do you hope for going into the new year? I just hope to have even more fun experiences, you know, and having a good year, healthy year. And hopefully you guys all enjoy your year too. I'm just kind of looking forward to seeing what 2016 will bring. Very excited. God King says, all I want for Christmas for next year to be even better in the movies. Well, we do have Rogue One for Star Wars coming out, so that's going to be fun. Yeah, so it seems like those are, oh, we got one more. Nick Lenz, you believe that the delay of Ultimate End issue 5 was the right thing to do? No. that issue was not worth a delay at all. Yeah, it wasn't as good as I thought it could have been. But you can check out my review and Frontline Live on Tuesday. Learn more about that. All right, so it seems like those are all the questions. Thank you guys, and yeah, all right, so yeah, those are all the questions for now. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Like I said, I'm going to try doing one of these Q&As again in the future, and this is a lot of fun. Thank you guys for all your questions and spending your time with me. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Celebrate with your family and your friends, and hopefully you have a good holiday. So it's coming up soon. So thank you guys. This is Comic Uno. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Don't forget to like my Facebook page. Also, description below, there's links from my comic book, Like Father, Like Daughter. And don't forget to like the Facebook page of Like Father, Like Daughter. I'll see you guys later. Bye.